Greetings and welcome back to my channel, QueenTashaTV. As you read in the title, yes, I am selling my RV. If you didn't see my last live, I did announce in that live that I'm going to be selling my RV. If you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that I had planned to make the Purple Palace a Airbnb and have a passive income, because when I first got it and painted it purple and then painted on the outside and the inside purple and just customized it so much, I had no intentions of selling it. What I was doing, I wasn't thinking about, oh, let me do this for resellable value or anything like that. I wanted just to be able to express myself in a place and to have a really cool bachelorette pad. So at some point, you know, after realizing I've lived in it for a really long time, this is the longest place I've ever lived as an adult, I knew that I was ready to move on to something else, that this was not going to be the adventure vehicle that was going to take me down through Mexico and Central and South America, that I would have to get something else. I also knew that this is just perfect space for me and my dogs, but I've had guests in here, but I cannot imagine living in here with a second person full-time the way that it's set up right now. So I knew that it wasn't going to be none of these nomadic vehicles are my forever homes, but it wasn't going to be my adventure vehicle that was going to take me on my grand adventure. So I knew that. But over the last year and a half, I've been really mentally struggling, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression about the idea of just selling it, like just detaching from it, because I really have wanted to move into another RV by now. This will be coming up on, I think, the 4th year in September, I believe. Yeah, I got it in 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. Wait, no, I got it in 2019, sorry. In September 2019 is when I bought it. So it'll be coming up on 4 years, and I've outgrown the space. I'm ready for something new. But I was just like so attached to the idea of having the Airbnb that I just couldn't accept the fact of just like releasing it as just a thing that I had that gave me great memories, but that I can't have forever. So yeah, I have decided. Another reason is because over the last year and a half or so, probably a year and 3/4, you know, my finances have not been in abundant flow throughout the whole year. It has been what I need, and I am grateful for that. But because of that, I've been lacking on being able to upkeep it the way that I want to. And what I mean by that, it's not like regular maintenance. Like, I do the oil changes. I'm about to do an oil change on it probably before I sell it, because I just need to do it while I'm driving it around. You know, that type of stuff, and keeping the roof clean and things like that, and keeping it clean inside. But as far as like, it's a moving vehicle. There's constantly stuff breaking or tearing. I have 2 dogs that are constantly like, you know, they're 1 year old, so just imagine when they were puppies, they were chewing and tearing stuff up. So there's evidence of them in here as well. But I've also taken it on some grand adventures that have done some damage, and I haven't been able to fully fix it. I've put band-aids on it as best as I could do, you know, to withstand the problem. You know, what I've really been doing is putting a band-aid on it or living without it. And I'll go into all of that in this video on the different things that those are. But and yeah, so financially right now, for me to detach from this RV and be able to move and transition into the next thing, it is in my best interest to sell the RV and use that money to transition into the next RV versus trying to keep it, then invest it, then figuring out where to park it and fix it up, and then figuring out and doing the same thing with a new RV. So it's just like, it's a lot. So I just came to the realization that I just am ready to sell it. So that's my honest truth when it comes to why I'm selling it. It's still a great place to live. Obviously I'm living in it, and I will continue to live in it until I sell it. Yeah, so that's why I'm selling it. I'm making this video to give my YouTube community and maybe any new watchers that are watching this video because they saw, you know, I'm selling my RV, I don't know, but just putting it out there to my community first, if anybody would be interested in it. So who I really want to sell this to is somebody that knows about the vision that I was trying to do for it and wants to keep it the Purple Palace and wants to, you know, continue the vision, or even has their own vision for it, but wants to keep its essence. I would like to do what I would call an open adoption. So I would be giving you guardianship and financial responsibility after purchasing it from me. But I would like to come back and visit it, and, you know, be at least, you know, acquainted friends with the owner that wants to take it on, and that they see the value in the Purple Palace and the vision that I have for making an Airbnb. I would hate to like sell it and never see it again. I'm getting choked up even just like thinking about that. I would hate to sell it and somebody make it a completely different color. Oh man, but that comes along with releasing it, you know. But yeah, so I would like to sell it. It would be nice to sell it to somebody who's seen its journey, seen its adventures, and, you know, would like to be a part of continuing its life. So if you're interested in that, I will disclose the selling price at the end of the video, so stick around to the end of the video to see how much I'm selling it for. I am going to list it on Facebook Marketplace at some point with a version of this same story and a link to this video, because, you know, get the people to watch the video. But yeah, so that they know the full disclosure of like what I'm trying to do. I'm not just trying to get rid of it. I mean, obviously, yes, I am trying to get rid of it because I would like to use the money to get the next RV. But I'm not in a rush, and I want to make sure that it goes to the right person next. So yeah, so let's go into the nitty-gritty of the Purple Palace. And so if you've seen my tour videos, you know what's in here, you know the setup, you know what it looks like. But let me break down some stuff that you would see like in the profile on a Facebook Marketplace ad. So it has 52,906 miles. So it still has a really good engine, and I've been doing regular maintenance on that. You know, I'm sure there's some other mechanical things that can be, you know, ship-shaped up, but overall it's still very drivable. So as far as the good engine, still running great. It's purple, like it's beautiful, like it's got such a vibe, such an essence that like it's invaluable to me. But I do have to put a price on it. So let's talk about the bad, in a sense, or the things that need to be repaired, and the recommendations that I would do myself if I was gonna keep it. So mechanically, oil change, I'm about to do that. If you're gonna use it to continue to drive it, I would definitely get tires. I would get a brake inspection. So there's no leaks. I had somebody look at it visually that's a mechanic, and there's no visual leaks that there is anything leaking, but I do have to fill the brake fluid regularly. You do need to fill the brake fluid regularly. So there might be something to that, but I did replace the brake pads on all of the all the way around in the summer of 2021. I replaced the starter in 2021, and I've had to, and it has a new battery in there that I just got, that just went, and I've had to replace that every 2 years somehow. But there's something still weird with starting it up, so that's another thing that I would check. But in general, I would give the mechanical stuff like a 7.5 out of 10, because it's still really good. There's definitely some things that, you know, when you go to get your oil changed, when you go and get your oil changed, they'll be like, you know, you could get this, or a gasket seal, something like that. Like, I'm sure there's that stuff, but overall, I'm still driving it and traveling in it, so it's still mechanically sound. Cosmetically, the outside could use a fresh coat of paint, and you know, inside probably as well too, little touch-ups where the dogs got to, or it's just rubbed away. The lights, I would replace all the little light panels. They're kind of old, and the bulbs into regular RB bulbs, because I tried the LED and those don't work in here really great. They go out frequently. The kitchen counter top, I would, you know, strip the paint back. If you just want to do something quick, strip the paint back, put a new coat of countertop paint on it. I would get a new sink, just because it's a sink. And you can do that, or you can replace the whole countertop, up to you. Outside, the panel on the tire cover, that's a whole little thing, but there's not too much cosmetically that needs to be addressed. It's really some repairs, which I'll go into. So the top one would be the septic system underneath. That's got banged up and bruised up and been leaking for a while, and I just messed up something else. It really just all needs to be replaced, especially if you're going to use this as a driving vehicle. But just in general, it's one thing that, like, if I was to keep this, I would have to do that at some point. And it looks like it's going to be like $600 job with 2 new water tanks, a new valve release, and some, you know, plumbing, some tubes, or some new tubes and stuff like that you would need, and then somebody to do it, because that's not a project that I am too well versed in or would even want to take on. For sure, I would pay somebody to do that. So with parts and labor, I would say it would probably be about $600, maybe $700 at the most. But if you could do it yourself, you could save a lot of money and probably do about $350 in parts, $350, $400 in parts. So that would be number one. Number two that I would do that is an immediate repair would be the door. The door needs to be replaced. Like, I don't, and I hate admitting this, but like, I have a security system in the sense of keeping the door closed, and you know, I got my dogs and stuff like that, but the door system is not secure, and it needs, just the whole door needs to be replaced. Even probably just taking out the whole frame, the whole thing, and getting a new RV door. What I had planned to do was a DIY artsy kind of thing, which is to get a door from Habitat for Humanity, a wooden door, epoxy it with some cool artwork to make it waterproof, and then cut it to be the same size as this door, and just use the same hardware and flip the doors out and put a new lock system on it, because this lock system is terrible. Like, the whole door just needs to be replaced. Like, give it a new door. New door project could range probably, I would say, if you're getting a new RV door, those could run $200 to $400. A salvage one, maybe $100 or $200. If you were to do the idea that I was gonna do, probably 100. Under 100 with the parts and stuff, and then doing it yourself, getting a door and the epoxy and all that stuff, and then doing it yourself. So door would be number 2. Number 3 would be hot water heater. The hot water heater is not working, or it needs to be serviced. I'm not sure, but either way, if you were to service it, you'd have to have somebody come and tell you. I would just have them replace it and not even try to look into it, because it's old. It's a manual one, which I had to light manually, the pilot light, which was a nuisance every time. So I would get a new one. They sell the Gerard on-demand hot water heater that fits in that space on Amazon for about 500 bucks. You can put something else there, but that's the one that would fit in that space. Right now we're about $1,500-ish in immediate repairs. I would put another coat of Tropicool on the roof. It's not leaking at all, but it needs it. That would be the next little thing of maintenance, or not regular maintenance, but like frequent maintenance. It was done for the first time 2-3 years ago. And so it's a good time to put another coat on there. So that brings me into the recommendations of what I would suggest that the Purple Palace new owner do with the Purple Palace, which would be, number 1, to make it an Airbnb. If you have some land, a backyard that has free range zoning where you can have an RV in your backyard, if you have an empty piece of property, if you have a homestead or any of that type of thing, these are the type of people but I would recommend first it being an Airbnb. Why? Because that was the original plan I had for it, because I still want people to enjoy it, and I want, you know, the people that have been able to see it on the road and or at the tiny house festivals that I've been to and stuff like that. I've told people about this and people are like, oh, I would love to stay, you know. So it's like, it would get that return on investment with the purchase price and the repairs to put into it price or cost. You could get your return on investment, what I would say, in a year if you were to make it an Airbnb, price it right, have the right, you know, setup and things included. And yeah, and I would be willing to help you with getting that set up. It's just to make it an investment property in general, so it could just be a monthly rental. Same again if you have the same type of space. It'd be a park model. Like I said, it still has a lot, it still drives and runs great, still got a lot of life left on the engine, but I wouldn't recommend it to be a full-time adventure vehicle anymore, just because the body is old, and she loves being plugged up in an RV park and just chilling and sitting. So yeah, the second thing that I would do would be, if you were going to live in it or have somebody like a family member live in it. She would love to live back in an RV park permanently where she could be plugged into 30 amps and do that. But also, like, if you have a homestead and you want to have another dwelling for guests to come, or you know, like a mother-in-law suite, or so what I want to offer with that, with the open adoption thing that I want to do, be able to see it again, is to offer my help. So included in the price would be free renovation consulting, which is one of the businesses I do with my Starqualityorganizing business, other of many things that I do, which I do RV consulting for helping to buy used RVs and or renovate. So I would offer my services for free in order to help you bring it to that vision of mine or vision of yours, and with all of the parts that I'm suggesting that you would get, helping find the labor, the person that would do some of the stuff based on wherever you are, that kind of thing. So I would be willing to do that for free just because I want to still be a part of its life. Also, I would offer free promotion. So if you do decide to make it an investment property, whether Airbnb, monthly rental, or food trucker, or some type of mobile business of sorts, I would definitely promote on all of my social platforms and put you up on whatever, so that people know where to come see the Purple Palace after it's no longer with me. Also, I would throw in any extra materials that I've had specifically for the RV that I don't need, or things that I don't want to keep with it, including the decor. Like I mentioned, I want to keep the garland and just keep the stickers and the vibe of it. And I would throw all that stuff in. The other thing I'm going to be throwing in is the solar system. So I have a very small solar system. It's not hooked up to the RV, but it has provided me a source to be able to be off-grid and still have electric from the sun. So it's 200 watts of flexible solar panels on the roof, a 100 amp hour battery, and a 200 watt pure sine wave inverter with a MCPT, something like that, charge controller. And I mainly use it to recharge my devices and to run my fan, because I only have one battery. But I used to run my fridge on it. It was too much of a load because I only have one battery. So if I had two batteries, then I could run the fridge on it and be completely off grid, because some other things run off the house battery. So I don't have to run everything on this. I wouldn't have to run everything on the solar. But yeah, so I would throw in that whole solar system, and yeah. So with all of that said, I am going to start with angel numbers. If you've seen the RV or any of the tours, you know that the address is 1111. Those are some of my favorite angel numbers, and I'm sure it's a lot of other people's favorite angel numbers. And like I said, the Purple Palace is invaluable to me. I am flexible, I am negotiable, but I believe that you should start off in a good place. One, for negotiating power, but also to put out into the universe that you want to attract somebody that is in line with continuing, or in line with your values, basically. So the starting price for the sale of the Purple Palace, with everything that I just mentioned that is included, will be $11,111. $11,111. It's a decent investment, and it's still a great vehicle, still a great home. I've just outgrown it, and I'm just ready to detach and release from it. And I know that the person that will take it on will take care of it, and that I will see it again. So if that is you, please reach out to me through email, QueenTashasempire. Make sure you put in the subject line Purple Palace. That way I know what you're referring to. And make me an offer and send it over with your contact information, where you're located, and we'll try to figure something out. Soon it will be listed on Facebook Marketplace, so there will be some competition in a sense, especially for the people that are local, because I drive around Florida all the time and people see it and it's like, oh, that's so cool, oh, that's so cool. I'm sure once I put a for sale sign on this, like, people are going, at least I hope. At least I'm optimistic that people would want to take this on and live and ride cool, or in something really cool as I did. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoy all the adventures that I've had in the Purple Palace, and the tour videos that have set off my channel and how you probably found me. And I'm so grateful to her. Like, I'm still so grateful that she keeps me on the road and having somewhere to stay, no matter what. And I'm very grateful. So it's very hard. It's going to be a very emotional transition, but I will be recording that transition and marking the next journey with the next rig that I get, which I'm not sure is going to be, if it's going to be purple. It might be, it might not be. We'll see. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video with anybody that you think might want to buy the Purple Palace if it's still for sale when you see this. Peace and blessings. I'm out.